Do you want to be able to go from levels like this to this? Today, I'm going to be talking about some tips and tricks that help me go from easy demons to extremes in just under 2 months. If you guys do mess with the video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up, subscribe, share, and let me know if you guys want more videos like this. I'm always trying to improve my content, always trying to look for something new. So yeah, I appreciate every one of you guys and enjoy the video. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and talk about some tips and tricks that are going to help you guys go from the easy demons to extremes in like a short amount of time, or just a way to do it, I guess you could say, like faster than other people. There is nothing wrong with just taking your time and beating a bunch of levels and then getting to extreme demons. That's honestly probably the best way to do it, if I'm being real, because then you're not going to be struggling with like any sort of like skill issues. Since you'll be beating so many levels, you'll be good. So I mean, that's also always an option, to just beat a bunch of easy demons, beat a bunch of medium demons, beat a bunch of hard demons, insane demons. Then by the time you get to extremes, it should be not too big of an issue. But if you want to try to do it faster, these are like some tips I have for you guys. So if you feel ready, you can probably skip medium demons and be fine. You could probably be completely okay with that. Medium demons are not really that big of a jump up in difficulty from easy demons, like at all. They're pretty similar. There's a lot of medium demons that get confused with easy demons and vice versa. So you can definitely go from beating a few easy demons and beat your first hard demon. I don't think it'd be that big of a jump to like say beat 9 circles. Eternal Vehemence, is that a hard demon? Beat like levels like that, different descent. If you want to kind of save time, I guess, in a way, and just go straight to hard demons, I would recommend that. Just go ahead and just go straight to them. You know, you don't need medium demons, I'd say. Anything else though, I would not recommend skipping at all. You know, this brings me to my next point. Do not, and I repeat, do not jump to extreme demons, bro. And I'm gonna tell you why, as someone who did that. It is just a very bad idea. When you jump to extreme demons, you are skipping out on a lot of like fundamentals that you need that are going to help you when you're beating your first extreme. And if you jump, you're not going to know these things, and it's going to take you way longer to figure out everything. Trust me, because I did it, and there was just things that I did not really get. Like, don't pick something just because you like the idea of beating it, but you don't actually like the level. You just kind of want to have it beaten. Like, let's say Cataclysm was like that level for me. I thought it was like a cool thing to have beaten because it's like such a legendary level, but playing it was fucking horrible. One of the worst levels I ever touched in my life. So don't do that. Pick a level you genuinely like. That'll take you way farther if you do decide to jump, right? I'm advising you not to, but if you decide to not listen and do it anyways, make sure to pick a level you actually like. At least you're missing out on a lot of fundamentals. That's why most people don't even do big jumps until they get to like bloodbath difficulty, because by then you're pretty accommodated to like that type of difficulty, right? You at least have all like the basics down of beating hard levels. Some levels to do, man. You really just need to see what you need to improve on. All right, you need to be your biggest critic, but you also can't be too hard on yourself. So what I mean by that is you need to be able to be self-aware. What am I actually bad at, and improve on that. If you're bad at wave, you need to play more wave levels, right? It might not be the funnest thing or the most appealing thing to do, but trust me, you're gonna thank yourself later when you're playing whatever level you're playing and there's like this really hard wave section, but hey, you've practiced your wave a lot, so now it's not gonna be an issue. Whereas like if you don't, you're gonna get to those levels and you're just gonna die to the wave parts all the time. Don't neglect the things that you're bad at. If anything, that's what you need to play more. Try to be self-aware. I know people like to think, or everybody likes to think, that they're good at everything, but the truth is they're not, and there's always something you can improve on. You're only as good as your shittiest skill. You can't expect to be a well-rounded player if you're not beating all these types of levels and making yourself all well-rounded to all skills. I wanted to give some more tips that I had forgotten to say. That's why I'm in a different shirt right now, but I wanted to give a few more. So don't compare yourself to other people. That's very, very important throughout this entire journey. You have to not try to compare yourself to other people. Although the title of the video might be a little bit more like contradicting towards that, you can't be comparing yourself. If it takes you longer than 2 months to go from easy demons to extremes, there is nothing wrong with that at all, and you shouldn't be ashamed of that or anything. The worst thing you can do is compare yourself to other people. Focus on your own progress. Focus on how you're doing, and if you're better than you were a week ago, or I don't know, even yesterday, that's a W. That's improvement. And if you're improving actively, you're better than you were before, you're good. That's all you need to be worried about. Don't be worried about like, oh, I'm not as good as this guy. Just focus on yourself, and that's all you got to worry about. That also goes into like my next thing, which is to be patient. You have to be patient, bro. You cannot be rushing, having like these unrealistic time expectations. of when you're going to beat levels. All right, it just doesn't work like that, and it's not going to help you in any way at all. If anything, it's going to hinder your performance and your playing ability, and you're just going to be under more pressure and stress, and you're not going to be able to beat the level like that. All right, beating a level is already stressful, let alone, you know, piling on time constraints on top of everything, right? That just makes it even harder. I'm not saying that you're not going to have any time constraints, because that's just unlikely. Like, you're going to have some expectations. Like, I'm not taking longer than a week on this, right? Is it going to happen every time? No, but you know, that's just like a subconscious thing. Everybody expects things in a certain amount of time, especially if you're like, okay, I'm like way better than this level, right? I'm like at a higher skill level than I am to beat this level. This should not take me this long, and then it takes you longer. You get discouraged. You know, we've all been there, but that doesn't help. All right, so you need to learn to be patient, especially with these harder levels. Now that you're getting into Extreme Demons, it is not even about being patient for like a day or two. You might have to be patient for a lot longer until you get consistency on a certain part, but it's part of that. It is part of beating Extreme Demons. Extreme Demons take a ton of patience, and that is why a lot of people don't even get to this point, because they don't have the patience to even beat like the main Rob top levels. Don't be discouraged, be patient, and you will be so surprised at what you can do if you just stay calm, collected, and, you know, don't rush yourself. You'll be good. The last thing I kind of wanted to touch on, man, is your mindset. Mindset is super important when it comes to beating Extreme Demons and when it comes to beating anything harder in this game. So you need to be unbreakable, bro. If you just don't ever give up, there's like not a single level that you're never gonna beat, okay? As long as you don't give up, nothing else matters. Like, even if you think you can't do it, that day is going to come where you beat that level. This is not telling you to do a stupid jump and like play that level like that dude has like a million attempts on Tidal Wave. That's kind of ridiculous, not a good idea. But what I am saying is, if there's a level that's like in your reach and you know you can beat it, or even if it's not, but you know you can beat it, if you really put your mind to it and you just don't give up, that day is going to come. You don't need to be discouraged, or I don't know why people say, I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat this level. If you just don't stop playing it, you're going to beat it. It's that simple, okay? But this also goes in hand with like my next point, which is don't play super long hours. All right, I do not want you playing 6 to 8 hours a day of Geometry Dash. Nobody even does that. Not even the top players do that. Maybe they do if they're trying to get like first victor on something, but if you're not trying to race first victor on a level, there is no reason why you should be playing like 6 to 8 hours a day. That is like probably the only exception ever, and I know anybody watching this video is probably not in that category. So unless you're racing for like first victor, or you're trying to verify some sort of like top 1 or something, there's no reason you should be playing 6 to 8 hours of Geometry Dash a day, unless it is your full-time job or something like that, right? You genuinely only need like 2 to 3 hours a day of Geometry Dash to improve, and I really mean that. That's how much I play. That's how much I was able to play when I did this 2-month journey. It's how much I still play. It is how much a lot of people play that I know that are really good at the game. You do not need to play 6, 5, 4 hours. 4, you know, fine, I guess, but you're pushing it. 5+ is crazy, okay? It is rare that I've ever done that. You don't need that much time to play. You're better off after the 3-hour mark, getting off, having a break, some rest, getting on the next day after your sleep buff, because sleep buff is a real thing. I'm telling you, it is a real thing. Getting off, getting on after your sleep buff, you're gonna be way better. You're gonna feel refreshed, and everything's just gonna align. It is way better to just take breaks. Do not rush and try to play as much as possible every single day. You are going to get burnt out. You're going to damage your finger too, or your hand, your wrist, whatever, by playing that much every day. It's just not healthy, and you don't need to be an Extreme Demon. If you think you need like 6 to 8 hours of playtime, like in other games, maybe to make it pro. I'm not saying you're a pro once you beat an Extreme Demon, but my point is, like, to even become like a top player, I feel like you genuinely don't even need to play that much as like in other games, which is something I like about this game, you know, unrelated. But, and the beautiful thing about this game is you can go at your own pace. Nobody is like pushing you to hurry up, or there's no ranks or anything. Like, you can literally just take your time, do whatever you want, just chill. If you feel like you need a day to just chill, like, you don't need to play that level, don't. But yeah, man, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. I definitely want to try to make more like this. It was honestly pretty fun. And if you guys did like my tips, let me know if I did a good job on that. I don't know, honestly, if I'm giving even good advice. This is just what I know and what has worked for me. But if you guys did enjoy the video, man, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next one, bro. Thank you guys, appreciate y'all, bro.